Brandy Arnault here with a question. What is artist burnout? Do you know? I do. I've experienced it twice and one very recently. Please watch my video on this. Thank you. Talking about artist burnout and artist block. What does that mean? Two different things. They are totally opposite ends of the spectrum. Artist burnout is something that you want to avoid as much as possible. Artist block, some people call it the muse. The muse hasn't visited me today, so I'm not going to paint. No, 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 no. If you want to be an artist that sells and an artist who has a lot of skill, you have to keep fighting for those skills. Never once experienced artist block, never, not once, because there's always something to paint. I don't agree with the thought that just anybody can be an artist and that it doesn't take talent. There's different stages of accomplishment. To say that just anybody can paint not everybody can paint like that. That's just the way it is. But if you start out small, work hard at it, you may find yourself painting pretty darn close. Let me show you something that I just recently did. Mark McKenna. Now this is a paint along with Mark McKenna. And I just love the way that came out. Now, could I do that when I first started? No. I don't care how much, if Mark McKenna was here holding my hand, unless he's holding the brush with my hand on it, it wouldn't come out like that. I had to earn those skills. Artist burnout. What do I mean when I say artist burnout? If I could describe it this way, somebody just drained all the blood out of you. Okay? There's nothing there. There's nothing to work with. The brain shut down. The brain shut down. So does that mean you can't function at all? No, it doesn't. But I started this episode Thursday, February 26th, and I just finished a portrait of a kitty cat. I created this myself. I created this myself. I took on 6 commissions from January 5th or so to February 26th. That's the last day I painted. Today's Saturday. I do feel much better today than I did yesterday. Yesterday was a terrible, terrible day. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go and get a pedicure because I like them. I'll reward myself with the best pedicure I can buy. And I did. But I didn't feel any better. It didn't do it. So then I said, this is my old enemy, artist burnout. Now, the first time it happened to me was almost 10 years ago. And I've been painting pretty much consistently for the past 30 years. For almost 3 months, I could not paint. Felt overwhelmed, or I was exhausted. The brain had nothing to give. The brain shut down. That was a tough experience, but I did come out of it. And I did resume my painting schedule, but it was very close to 3 months later. What I did do wrong, as I said, I took on all these commissions. This time, it started right after I finished that kitty cat painting. I knew when I put that brush down, I was done. I could feel myself shutting down. I could feel my brain was shutting down. So I took a nap, I got up, did a few things around the house, put dinner on the table. And my husband and I, we always play cards at night, so I was able to do that. Yesterday, it hit full speed. And I knew that I had artist burnout. I knew it. I knew I had artist burnout. Today is better, but I thought I would do a video on it because it happens. It's a real thing that happens. How do you avoid it? You don't have a horrific painting schedule. Don't do it. If you are a person that is in demand for commissions, space them out. Space them out. Don't try to get too many in at one time. I learned a hard lesson. From now on, I will never do 6 commissions, especially if one is really big. I'm going to allow 3 weeks for that instead of like, I only allowed 1 week for that. And it really went into, almost 2 weeks before it was done. So everything else got behind. And then the second to the last commission was also a very large commission. So that took longer than I originally planned for. So I'm never going to do that again. I'm only going to do 2 commissions a month. And that's for my own mental health, because doing commissions are different than painting for shows or galleries, okay? You're painting what you really want to. And for me, I love wild animals. I love farm animals. I love animals. I love dogs, cats, bunny rabbits. My soul is for animal painting. So I'm hoping that because I caught mine early enough, I identified what it was, and I gave myself the complete day off yesterday. I did some editing, easy things. Tomorrow will be a complete day off because I am a Christian and I do believe in the Sabbath. So I won't be doing anything tomorrow. I'm thinking that on Monday I'm going to be adequately refreshed, knowing that all these paintings are behind me and that I can start painting creatively for my new shows coming up September and October. I have plenty of time. And in the meantime, keep the galleries happy. So that's me. That's my experience. I'm glad that you listened. I hope you listened all the way through. I did edit out a lot of this because, I can ramble on like anybody else. So thank you for listening. By the way, I just popped back on. Please subscribe.